Hey, this is Brant from TradeGuild.net. It's been a while, but I'm back. I got a video for you looking at the Qs. If you've been reading the blog at all at TradeGuild.net, you may have seen we've had some pretty good calls on there. On May 10th, I had a very long post with 18 different charts up called Making My Case. And basically what I was talking about, a lot of rising wedges I saw in a lot of different indexes. In the Qs over here, I was talking about, I thought we were going to see a breakdown, which we saw a breakdown, and then I thought we'd see a fake rally that would drive out a lot of shorts. We saw that. Then on May 20th, I had another article called, I'm not sure what it was called, but and then I talked about that I thought this market would make new lows before this whole thing was over. We saw new lows in the Dow Jones, new lows in the S&P 500 on May 29th, back in here, day before my birthday, by the way. I said that I thought the Qs would head to 50. It's a magnet at that point, and that they would create a bull trap. A couple days later, there's the bull trap above 50, and that was the last day of the rally of the Qs, and the rest of the market just fell apart from there. Today I posted a whole bunch of charts, I think about 3 or 4 charts, showing at about 12:18 today, which is somewhere around this level before the market actually did fall apart. What I was showing was these 3C charts where you can see the indicators just going south here as price was consolidating laterally. The indicators should have been hanging up there with price. It wasn't. Basically what it was showing was that there was distribution. Here's another 3C chart. This one at that point was showing the same thing later in the day. This one looks like it's showing a little bit of accumulation. Here's another one at that point. This one was showing the same thing, a little bit of distribution. Again, this one looks like it might be showing a little bit of accumulation too into the late day. But if you look at the website, you'll see all of those charts. Basically what I was saying on a half-an-hour chart here, if we zoom out a little bit, was that I thought maybe what we were seeing was a possible setup here of a kind of an ugly inverted type head and shoulders. Here was that area we were just looking at. It broke down to the level that we would expect, I guess, to see another shoulder form. A real fast, ugly breakdown, though. Didn't really put on the brakes much. No parachute came out there. And it doesn't really look like, chart-wise, it doesn't really look like it's showing a lot of proclivity there to reverse. But, you know, reversals often do come with a big splash of volume like we're seeing over here. And really on the day, the dominant price and volume relationship was price down, volume down. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but it wasn't a strong follow-through day by any means whatsoever, so kind of discouraging for the bulls. On the XLF, and XLF is really the epicenter of the disaster, a little 1-minute hammer there today. Let's take a look at a 3C 60-minute chart, and what we see here is actually kind of a bullish looking, almost a real positive accumulation over here, which is an odd thing to see. And even on a 1-minute chart, watch, we see that kind of same behavior. So if XLF pulls it together, this whole market really could pull it together. Here's another chart, 1-minute chart again. So, you know, I'd really hate to come out and say, you know, XLF is getting ready to show accumulation and rally. But, you know, I'm seeing some things on the charts here, and maybe that's what's going to happen. You know, I'd hate to make that call because it's a really ugly chart, and it's been really ugly action in that, and that's really the last place you'd expect to see it, but we'll see. On June 15th, I was saying USO, actually more specifically, I was saying on June 15th that oil, the bubble in oil, was about to burst. Here's USO, and June 15th would be, you know, somewhere back in this area. So anyway, a couple weeks later, we see USO break down. We have a sort of a rising wedge type of thing here. I think USO will be under $100 in the next month or so. So check out that post on the blog called "The Bubble's About to Burst." I talked about OIH a lot, and I talked about DUG a lot. OIH another ascending wedge. I talked about this one breaking down a lot. I showed a lot of charts on this one, a lot of 3C charts. Here's if I can back out a little bit. Here's I can't get out that far. Okay, let's look at a half-an-hour chart. Maybe I can get out that far. Yeah, half-an-hour chart. You can see, price is just making new highs. This indicator is not just showing distribution into that. Let's take a look at an hourly chart here. You can see the same thing, new highs. It's just not doing it. So based on these charts, I was saying, this thing's going to fall apart. I've been buying Doug calls for the last couple weeks or maybe even a month now. So DUG was a descending wedge, and wedges retraced their base. So I'm expecting a move probably up to about $45 here in DUG. Very strong. I posted numerous charts on DUG. Check out my site. A whole bunch of really cool charts there. Here's a what I call my MACD heat chart, and this is a one-day chart. And basically, what you can see where it's turning red. This is the end of this downtrend over here, and now where it's turning blue over here and shortly green. This is the beginning of a new uptrend over here. So you can see a nice crossover here. Not of a moving average, by the way. That's an indicator. If you email me, I can tell you about these indicators a little bit. A couple other things. ARNA has been ARNA. We've had this on the blog a lot lately. This is actually a pick from David, but I've been posting a lot about this one, saying this thing is not done. I bought calls on this thing, doubled my money just like that, and took my initial investment out. I still have a ton of calls, and they're just riding on the house money right now. And this thing's been up 8% in the last 2 days. So I think there's still a ton of money to be made on this one. Here's that MACD heat map again over here. So check that out. FDO is another one that I just picked up today. I'll show you on a one-day chart here. Just back out a little bit. You can see, it's actually breaking out and it's going kind of nuts here a little bit. And I'm buying up here. So if you email me, I can tell you a little bit more about that one. Maybe I'll do a little post on that and tell you more about that. Celgene is another one I bought calls on. I doubled my money on those calls. I had sold half of them, so I'm riding house money on those. And another one I just bought today, a little bit early, I think, but we'll see what happens with this one's Halo. These biotechs are starting to go crazy. I would really like to see this one close up above $7 before I really get too much into it, but I just bought a few calls just to test the waters a little bit. I have a whole bunch of puts I'm looking at buying, so I'll probably list some of these on the website. Check it out, tradeguild.net. I have my email up there at the top right-hand corner. Check out this telechart. I have a whole bunch of blocks charts there too. Blocks Trader. I'm an affiliate for telechart and blocks. And all these indicators that I use, my custom indicators, my 3C charts, these guys, my MACD heat chart down here at the bottom, this guy down here, and my my trend channel that I use over here, this blue guy, for locking in profits. All these custom indicators I'm happy to share with you guys. But if you want to check out telechart or blocks, I appreciate you using the links from my site or telling them that you heard about them from tradeguild.net, and just email me and I'll set you up with them. So slide on by, check out these posts, and slide me an email. Talk to you later. Brent from tradeguild.net.